Hey guys, my name is Liam and you're watching JEEPSHEEPTV Review Stuff. Today we are going to be looking at a product that I am incredibly excited for. Today we are reviewing the unofficially use only Jeep JL or JT, that's the Wrangler and the Gladiator, including the 2-door and the 4-door door pockets. Wow, I am so excited for this. In fact, I believe I'm underdressed. Way better. All right, let's see what's inside. So in the Jeep Wrangler, the modern JL, JT, if you have one, you already know this, so I'm just preaching to the choir here, but you've got a set of nets that are along the bottom of your door. And you might be one of the keyboard warriors that goes in the forums and say, well, mine are not sagged up, but I'm telling you right now that they're gonna be if they're not, or if you wanna use them at all, they're just gonna sag and they're gonna get nasty and they're just terrible. So the guys at Unofficial Use Only said, you know what, we're going to fix that, but we're not going to do it the same way as everyone else. Everyone else just slapped something on top. These guys went in and they did a complete redesign, just like as if it were factory. Like it looks, I'm spoiling it, but it looks like these are factory. Also, it's really important that I point this out to you. Made in the USA. These are made in Michigan. These were designed by people in the USA. The tooling was made in Michigan, which is in the USA, by the way, and the parts are produced in Michigan. So everything here, none of this started overseas. This all came from right here, which is really exciting. All right, this is what you get inside the box. First thing you're going to see is you get a full instruction booklet. Look at that monster. It is full page. It is multiple pages with pictures, and they're going to show you how to install these door pockets. Now, let me tell you real quick what to expect from this video. In this video, we are going to unbox, which I got too excited and I'm already unboxing. We're going to go through one of the installation methods, one that's actually slightly different than in here, just for fun. And we are going to do some product description and then some product testing. And this will be testing that you have not seen anywhere else. So stick around. First thing you'll see after the first thing you saw is you got these bags here. Notice how, like that? Inside is, these are the rear doors. Look at that. Would you just look at that? I mean, look at it. So this is made of, it's called polypropylene plastic, and it is the same polypropylene plastic that's used on the door panels of the Jeep. So like, I'm not joking when I say that they made this like OEM, they used OEM materials. The grain on here is the same grain as on the door panel. Well, kind of. The door panel has two grains. There's the big one that you notice that kind of looks like an animal grain. This is the second one, which you'll find on the door handle and underneath the armrest. It's the secondary grain. It's also the grain that was on the bezel for your net. See, they're thinking, it's harmonizing with the OEM parts. Additionally, this is black. It's actually called TX7 black, which is just the color code that Stellantis uses for their black colors. But there's actually multiple different versions of black. Not all are the same. This is the same as the door, so it should be beautiful. Also, I have to note, because we saw it once here, made in the USA, we see it again right here, made in the USA. And then you see it again on the parts themselves. They say made in the USA. Right there. In this bag or pouch or whatever is a second one for the other side. Save these because they are good for setting the parts on. Plastic parts scratch easy. If you have a table full of disassembled winch, those things scratch things. This can be scratched. So you just use this to keep everything nice and safe, just like that. Also in here, check that out. We got a Jeep Talk Show sticker. Maybe I should get some of my stickers in these boxes. What do we think about that? Comment below. Do you want to get a JEEPSHEEPTV sticker with your UO door pockets? Because I bet I could arrange that. Awesome. Boom. This is a hardware pack. So this is the 4-door pocket fastener pack. Pocket fastener pack. Pocket fastener pack. Pocket fastener pack. These are the nuts that hold the door panel, the door pocket onto the door panel. Really important. Make sure you don't lose those. Obviously, they make this all possible. The next thing you will see is another larger pouch with the front door pockets. Sorry. Boom. Seriously. Look at that. Just look at it. Wow. It's got the Unofficial Use Only logo, and it says, again, made in the USA. That's really important. And you get another one. Last thing in the box is you get an Unofficial Use Only sticker. Now you discard the box or you keep it forever. Look at how cool that is. They hand stamp every single one of these. So, and some of you have even gotten some that have been signed. And you know who you are. And one of you got a butt print from the stamp. So, and you know who you are. So we don't have to talk very loud. We just got to talk at the wrench.
Sounds good.
Yeah? Cool. Easy. Oh, I had a hat on. Okay, guys, enough talking about the door pockets. It's time to install them on something. So in full disclosure, if you follow this channel at all, I don't actually have a JL. I'm not that cool. So I called Ben, and he has a JL. And this is yours?
It is. Clarence is his name.
There's actually a really cool story there, but I don't know if we have time for it in this video right now. But this JL here has nets on the doors, right?
It's true.
So let's go and put the Unofficial Use Only door pockets on this Jeep. Now, you have never seen these before in person, right?
No, I have not. Looking forward to it.
Let's check it out.
Well, those are slick. Love the branding on it.
We're going to get right into install. We are going to install these a couple different ways. The first way for this video is going to be fast. If you want to see the full in-depth install, I will have that in a separate video just for the sake of time. But I will show you all of the different ways to do it. We're going to use a method today where we leave the door panels on the Jeep because I've seen it on some forums and I wanted to try it out. So let's get into it. Hold on a second here.
Oh, nice hat.
Thank you. I feel so much better now. So what's the heaviest thing you would put in here?
Oh, my keys, and that probably stretches it out a bit.
What do you wish you could put in here?
At least a drink, but tools.
How about some tools? What about like a hammer? Is a hammer a good tool?
Yeah, definitely.
How about a 3-pound sledge?
I don't think it'd handle it right now, but maybe someday.
Well, let's see how the net does with 3-pound hammer. Actually, that's way better than I was expecting.
Please don't close the door right now.
Oh, come on. All right, so this is our baseline. There's a 3-pound hammer in the net. That's what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like when we get the door pockets installed.
Sounds good.
As I said before, I'm going to try and install the Unofficial Use Only door pockets without removing the door panel from the door itself. I've seen this on forums and people keep asking if it's possible. To do this, you follow the Unofficial Use Only instructions to a T up until the part where they tell you to disconnect the cables from the back of the release handle. Instead of completely removing the door, you're sitting kind of underneath the door panel while you do the drilling and reassembly. I ended up not really liking this method because it was just kind of awkward, and if you have to do any post-processing after drilling to clean up the holes, it's just really inconvenient. I decided for the rest of the door panels to take the extra 30 seconds and remove the door panel completely, set it down on a soft surface, and install the door pocket that way, just like the instructions specify.
That's it. Did it sag out?
No, not even a little bit.
Do you think it's going to sag out in the future?
Never.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That's impressive.
That's really exciting. Doesn't matter how big of tires you have. Doesn't matter how good you are at rock crawling. When that net is sagging down below the door, it's just embarrassing.
Right.
So I'm really excited about this upgrade. just for that. For the rear door, what we're gonna do is literally the same as the front door. What do you think of the rear door?
This look great. It's obviously more space.
Well, why don't we try that hammer? Tons of space. What about the rear? Is the rear gonna sag out on you?
No, not at all. It's in good shape.
All right, now that I have the door pockets installed, I want to take just a brief moment to show all the different features of this door pocket, because they spend a lot of time baking in different features with the limited space that we have here, and I'm not seeing anyone else talk about it online, so let's just get after it. The first and obvious one is a water bottle. So this is designed to hold a water bottle. It's fairly snug. Obviously you can go a little bit bigger than this, but not a lot bigger. I'd like to say like a small Gatorade bottle is the diameter maximum you can put in there. But this is designed to hold the water bottle in a snug location, so when you're going off-road, it's not coming out into the cab and causing a problem for you. So that is the first design there, but we'll put that back in. The second one is, if you've ever been on a trail ride and you don't own a set of radios, typically what will happen is they will hand you a handheld radio. This here is a GMRS by BTEC, and here is a little rugged radio. And these door pockets were actually designed to give you a spot to put that radio. So this whole front corner here is actually a sharp corner, and it's angled to keep this out of your leg. Now, obviously, you're not going to be using the radio with it down by your leg, but in the in-between times when you're not using the radio, I have found that this is the best spot for it. See, here's that rugged radio, and then here's the slightly larger GMRS that fits in just as nice. Maybe not so much the driver, but the passenger is going to need somewhere to put their phone, and if you're using your cup holders for other things, you don't really have a spot for that. So what they did is they designed in, there is actually a rib right here and right here. So the phone's not going to slide forward or aft. It's not coming into this pocket, and it's nice and snug. So it's holding it tight, and it's holding it under this ridge. So as you're going over bumps and rocks, it's not coming out. And the very, very last thing is just these holes down here. They are a style feature, but also it's so if you drop some change or some papers in here and they fall down, you can see them and you can kind of move them up, or you can run a vacuum across here to get crumbs and things out. And that is the front door. For the rear door, we're going to talk about the features back here as well. This one was designed very differently because you have so much more space to the rear seat that they had a lot more room to mess around. And as the design was progressing, people said, we want the off-road, rugged, MOLLE panel, modular, put all my junk in it, but also we have kids, and we want to have a spot for them to put their things as well. So what Unofficial Use Only did is this front section here, they took away space on purpose because they want to be able to fit a kid's tablet in here, with the big foam case. And so this was actually designed to fit a kid's tablet snugly so it's not going to be rattling around. Now, I do not have a kid's tablet with me because I do not have kids. But what I do have is this old version of tablet. And these, it's B-O-O-K, they're called Book. And it's kind of like the internet, but the images and stuff, they never change, and you have to flip through it. However, this one is kind of a bigger book, and we will see how that fits in here. You got to watch out on these book things. Sometimes the corners peel up, so just be careful of that. But look at that. So now you can hold your old-fashioned tablet in your door pocket here, and it's going to hold it nice and snug. That's not coming out of there. It's not flopping around. It's not causing a problem. But let's say you don't have kids, so you don't need a book in the back seat. And maybe your rear seat passenger has a water bottle. Yeah, they fit in there. It's not really designed to be snugly fit in there like the front door, but they definitely fit. You could probably put 2 of them in there. Let's just test that real quick. Yeah, no problem. So now that looks really good with 2 of them in there. As the Jeep ages, maybe you're going to need some oil, and so oil fits in there. This is a standard MOLLE pattern. It gives you space for a 2-place MOLLE, just like this guy. And you can go in, and you can weave it in. You can have your pouch just like that. And I do know that Unofficial Use Only is coming out with more products that snap onto the MOLLE a lot easier than this. But you have the option to do that here. You can obviously clip anything you want in here as well. And that is the rear door. Let's do a quick test. We have our water bottle in here. We're going to slam the door and make sure that it doesn't try to escape. Not a problem at all. Very cool. This thing's so tall. Woohoo! So we're going to take this on a quick little joyride through my yard. I have an incredibly mild off-road trail. Is it even off-road if you don't need four-wheel drive? I don't really know. I guess it's not on the road. All right, so right here is where it gets bumpier. I'm going to take that, and we're going to look at the water bottle as we go through this part, just because it jostles you a little bit.
In full disclosure, this part of my yard is way bumpier in my YJ.
And the water bottle is fine. So we're off-roading, we're having a great time, we have accessible water, which is really cool. And we come up to an obstacle that has a big drop off. Now I think you have the ground clearance for this. So we're just gonna come really slow. Yeah, okay, cool. So now, look at that, we're tipping, and the water bottle, you can see it, the water bottle is still snug. So it is JEEPSHEEPTV yard approved, I guess. It's nothing too crazy, but we did drive off-road. The water bottle is in its place. It is not hitting my leg at all. I have filled this bucket completely with scrap steel. I mean, that thing is full. And it comes in at 41.2 pounds. At 41.2 pounds, which is a lot. Okay, so let's review how this is going to work. I have the rear door pocket here, and I have this little exhaust clamp thing just to kind of grab the edge, paper towel to protect it, and a piece of ratchet strap to pull on. The hook here is going to be attached to my bucket, which is all kinds of gross, but that's okay. The bucket's then going to be loaded with up to 41.2 pounds because that's the scrap steel that fits in my bucket. Now, before we get into it, let's talk really quick why we're even doing this test. Early on, in the early days of these coming out, I saw a forum post where someone said they love the product, but they're a little concerned that their 4-year-old might try and use it as a handhold or a foothold to get into the vehicle. Now, I will tell you right now, do not use this as a handhold or a foothold because you're going to close the door on yourself. But I was kind of curious as to if this product could hold up to that if you were to accidentally put weight on it. So the internet tells me that the average 4-year-old is roughly 40 pounds, which is conveniently what we can fit in this bucket. So we are going to add weight to this bucket. I have it in measured increments, and we're going to just see if it can hold up to the weight. We're putting it on the very edge here to simulate someone putting their weight on the furthest edge of the pocket to brace themselves if they're falling, or if I don't know why you would do this, but we're going to see if the product is going to fail under these conditions or if it will pass. Well, let's get after it. This first one is 17.1 pounds. Now, I do want to mention that this piece of metal, this would obliterate the net if you had the net, but I want to just kind of show you really quick something that's really fun is I can put this 17-pound piece of metal in the pocket and it like doesn't even care. But let's see what happens if we're even meaner to the product, and we're going to hang it off the edge. So here is this. Well, this one's like 15 pounds or something, and then this gets us up to that 17 pounds. And there you go, 17.1 pounds. Let's go for 21.7. Now, 20 pounds, like I said, the first like 14 of that block is enough to just obliterate your net. Now we are well beyond that. Oh boy, a little bit of a dynamic load there. Yeah, guys, that's 33.1 pounds. Look at it, we're bowing out, but we're not breaking. Oh my gosh, this is a spare door ahead laying around and a spare pocket, so we're not going to ruin the one going on the Jeep. So this right here is going to get us to the 41.2 pounds, which, in case anyone was wondering, is a lot. We're running out of space in the bucket here. Okay, we're getting really close to that 41.2. And there you go. So it's holding it. Now, on top of all of that, we did the hammer test earlier. Like, what happens if you put a hammer in your door pocket net? Well, what happens if you store a hammer in your door pocket that is holding 41.2 pounds? Nothing. Nothing happens. Look at that, the bucket's even bending. I mean, this is so much weight. It is really unhappy, but it's holding it. So, should you use the door pocket as a method of getting in and out of the vehicle? No. Should you step on it? No. If you do, it will survive. That's the rear door. Oh my gosh! Oh, jeez. That is not light. Okay, let's come in close for a post-testing inspection. We'll take this off of here. Excuse me. And let's look at it. So, right here, this is definitely more loose than it was before. And it might be a little bit more loose on this side as well. You can kind of hear it rattling and moving around pretty easily. But it's, I mean, it went back to its normal shape. It's fine. It's a little unhappy with us, but you might be able to get in the back there and adjust or tighten up those nuts one more time, and it should be right back to normal. The plastic hasn't deformed at all. Wow. Just wow. Okay, I got all kinds of excited about the idea of rear seat passengers like stepping on the door pocket, and we tested the rear door first, but that leaves out, how does the front door do? Here's the real question with this guy. We have this huge span between connection point here and connection point here. What happens if we put weight here? I mean, look at how flexible that is. It's designed to be flexible so we can put larger objects in it. Granted, this would hit the door panel, but we can put larger objects in it, and then, you know, it'll snap back to its original position. But does that make it weak and sad? Well, I guess we're going to find out. Now, this time, I'm going to do things a little bit different, just because I do not want to measure out all of my weight again. So we are just going to add weight to the system until I don't feel comfortable with it anymore, and then we will weigh it after the fact and see what we got to. Does that sound good? So we're going to be dead center. This is going to be like the most deflection possible. All right, back with the nasty bucket. Okay, so far, so good. Oh, you can't see the bucket. Hold on. There you go. Look at that. Awesome. All right, we'll start with the heavy thing first. I want to say this was like 15 pounds by itself. I don't even know. Just going to kind of put that in the center here and see what happens. Oh my gosh. Oh, already I got to lean that over. We're making enemies of this door pocket, that's for sure. Look at that. Let's make sure this thing's going to hold nice and tight. Okay, good. Receiver hitch, anybody? Whoa. Oh, man. All right. Well, it's definitely deflecting more than the rear door, but I think all of us could have guessed that. Okay. More chunks of steel. Wow. I do want to note that as I'm doing this, the pocket's getting really deformed, but the connection points are fine. They're not even sweating it. But this is already, I mean, put a fist in there. Holy moly! Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, we're going to do just a little bit more, and then we're going to call that quits because this is just so deformed. I mean, this is like smoothed out. Let's do these two pieces of C channel and call it a day. We'll see how much that weighs. Wow. Yeah, oh yeah, that is basically its limit. I mean, look at this thing. It's holding this much weight. I'm amazed that this guy hasn't slid off yet. So there you go. Let's go and weigh that and see what we get. Holy cow, 35.1 pounds. There you go, 35.1 pounds off of the front door pocket, and it did not fail. I just want to note, I mean, look at this. This is after all of that weight was on here. This is not whitening. That was actually on there before. See, it comes off, and the pocket, it has grown. So this is like a finger and a half deep, and this is, there you go, 2 fingers deep and a finger and a half deep. So it has grown that much in the center after all of that weight. And you know what? It'll probably go back to its original shape. Oh my gosh. It's fine. It's 100% fine. This is not, and I repeat, this is not a saggy net, because we just hung all of that weight on here and it did not sag out. In fact, it went back to basically where it was before. So I will tell you, this is my challenge to you, the viewer. If you have a different brand of aftermarket solution for this area on your Jeep, take some weight, hang it off the edge. Let me know what you get to. I challenge any of the other guys to compete with this unofficial use only door pocket. In conclusion, we unboxed the UUO door pockets. We installed the UUO door pockets, and we even tested them. Wow! And I hope that that lived up to your expectations as a test that no one has done yet before. These things really impressed me. I mean, from the style lines, they look like they belong on these doors, to just the performance in hanging weight off the edge. They're probably not designed for that, but they handled it like a champ, and I thought that was pretty cool. I'm looking right at the 2 door pockets that I tested, and they look like they're brand new. Like I didn't do anything to them at all. And that is really, really cool because we were kind of mean to them. Also, I've lost my hat again, but that's okay because right now, if you order UUO door pockets, unofficial use only door pockets from the unofficialuseonly.com website, you have a chance at getting hats and stickers and other things added to your box. They're doing a campaign right now where they're adding extra swag to the boxes for anyone who orders directly off their website. Additionally, on that website, you can put in at checkout JEEPSHEEPTV, and that will get you 15% off of your order for the door pockets. So make sure that you go to unofficialuseonly.com, order yourself a set of door pockets, and don't forget to put JEEPSHEEPTV in there because it'll get you 15% off. Now wait, if you have a different set of door pocket solution, aftermarket piece that is not made by Unofficial Use Only, I challenge you to hang weight from the lip of the door pocket. If you can send me a photo of weight hanging from it and tell me how much you were able to put on there, either before it broke or before you surpassed what we did here today, I will send you 25% off. I have a special coupon code just for people willing to put their aftermarket pockets to the test. So send me a picture of that. You can send it to me on Instagram or at my email, and I'll reply to you with a 25% off promo code for what I believe to be the superior unofficial use only door pockets. These indeed are my favorite solution on the market. And of course, out of all the things you could do, just don't keep the stupid nets. Yeah. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to both JEEPSHEEPTV. Give Unofficial Use Only a subscribe, and go and check out Gone Jeepin', where we're all Jeep all the time. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.